Going to do another update video. I guess I'm starting off with the motorcycle to say that have decided to sell it. I've put it on Facebook. It's dirty right now, so I don't know how it's looking on the camera. It's just got a lot of dust, needs to be washed. But anyway, let me get this door opened up. I got some stuff in the garage here. Thought I had some stuff in here. I do, but I did a video on a torch like this. This is my torch. I've been using it for years. But Vevor sent me a torch set like that, and I did a video on that. I haven't done the editing yet, and it's designed to be a small set. It comes with that goes in one of these totes. And you got to buy the small cylinders. There's the regulators that go to it. So that video will be coming up pretty soon. I'll just use it. I don't need a portable set like that, so I'll use the, I'll just keep it as a spare torch. This is another little welder that came in from another source. I'll be doing a video on this. It's just a small stick welder. The box doesn't weigh much. Yeah, there'll be a video on that. The rebuilding the lean-to in the back here has not started yet. I can't start on it yet. It's still a little bit muddy back here, and we got about 4 to 6 inches of rain coming in the next couple of days. So this is still on hold. It's going to be on hold for a while, it looks like. The white dually is it's got the dump trailer on it right now because I went and got a load of rock and got some things I want to do on this. The plug-in doesn't have it's got a contact in there for charging the batteries in this box, but it's not wired in for that on this truck, so I want to do that so I don't have to charge the batteries with a charger every time I use the trailer. And I gotta fix something underneath here. I'm going to show, get down here and look at it. I don't know how well it shows, if it shows real wet or not, but there's oil running out of this axle, this right front drive axle. There's a drip hanging right there. And the seal is inside the differential, so that's going to be a job. I got to take this axle and hub and all that stuff off, pull the axle out of there, and then open up the differential and change the seal. Normally I probably would not have messed with that. I would just check the oil in the differential once in a while, since it's not leaking real bad, but it is leaking and it's wet. But I got a trip kind of planned. Not 100% sure I'm going to do it yet, but there is a YouTube channel, and the guy seems to be pretty much an expert on working on these Super Duty diesels, all different kinds, sizes, and different years. And he's got a lot of material on his channel about these 6.0 diesels. And I know absolutely nothing about them other than the pistons and the crankshaft inside the block. Everything else on that motor is so foreign to me, and I'm afraid of it. And you have to have scanners and computer technology to diagnose anything on this motor. And so it has issues. It's drivable and it drives good for the most part, but it does have some issues. And I talked to this guy on the phone. He's got a shop about 300 miles away, and we're kind of decided on me bringing it down. I'll probably, not sure what I'm going to do. I live in the St. Louis area, and I'm sure there are a number of decent shops honest and qualified to do this work, but I have no idea who they are. I do know that most shops will say they can do it, but they're not really qualified, and I don't want to take any chances with them and have to get the thing back from them and tow it to another shop and then to another one. It drives now. Why mess? You know, I'm not going to mess it up taking it to somebody I don't know what, you know, if they're qualified to do it. So this guy is definitely qualified, and if I go through with this, I'll definitely put you know, his information on my video when I get the truck back, and advertise him. But I'm not going to do that yet because I want to make sure everything turns out right first. But anyway, if I do that, then I'll put my Bobcat trailer on the back and one of my cars on the back of that, because he'll have it for a week or two doing the different jobs that need to be done on it. So, I mean, I'm getting old and I really don't like doing the heavy stuff, and I'm learning about using scanners and the technology, but I've got a long ways to go before I should be messing with something like what this thing is getting into. I did buy a new bi-directional scanner, and I am studying a lot on YouTube and learning how to use this thing, and there's a lot of things in it that I do not, well, most of the stuff it can do I don't know anything about, because you guys that follow me, you know I was an auto mechanic before the computer age took over, and things are different after that, and I didn't keep up with it. So I'm limited at what I know how to do with that. But this scanner is not a high dollar one, but it's not a junker either. It's like a $500 or $600 scanner, and it does a lot of very interesting things. It showed me which O2 sensor was bad on my Ranger. It's got 3 O2 sensors, and one of them was bad. I didn't know which one, but this thing showed me which one, so I only had to change the one. So as I learn more and more about this, I'll do a little review on it to some degree. But it's a Think car. I think the number is 689 or something like that, and it's got a magnetic Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, whatever you call it, connector that plugs into under the dashboard, so you can walk around with this. Don't have to have a wire plugged in. So that's the reason why I want to go ahead and do that axle seal, is because well, I pressure washed the motor and got all the gunk and oil and stuff that had been leaking from different places on it. I got that off of there, and get that axle seal fixed, then I should be safe to make that trip on down there to where this shop is. Like I said, 300 miles away. It'd be a 4.5 hour trip going there, and then get acquainted with them. If they can do it in a day or two, I'd probably rent a room in town near there. If not, then I'll just come on back home in my car and then go back and get it when they're done. Nothing new to speak of over here, other than just change the water in the pond a couple of times and then finally put some color in it. It looks pretty nice when it's cleaned up. The garden area is on its way. All these tomato plants, I started those from seed in the window, and these strawberries that only give fruit once a year, been kind of ignoring them and letting the fruit just fall off, because these other ones over here, I got some over here on this side, and I'm starting to transplant the ones. I don't want that side over there is full. I don't want it too crowded. I'm digging some out a little at a time and moving them over here so they can start populating this bed here. This is what I picked up this morning. Now I'll get about half again this much this afternoon. The ones that are still pink, they'll be dark red this afternoon. In this bed here and that one over there. So this is every day. So I may end up, depending on how they do throughout the year, I may end up just getting rid of this one because I got to be on my hands and knees and pick these things, and they're small because they're crowded. Now I'm thinking about just scooping some of these up and moving them to a bed over here and letting them populate again, but this one doesn't have dirt in it. The box is new and it's crooked. That's why we got weights sitting on it to straighten it out until I get some dirt in the box. And that dirt there is just hard as a brick, and it's just hard to keep the weeds out of it because the roots are so tight. This soft dirt I'm using over here is so light, it's real easy to just get the weeds out of it. They just come right out. There's some right here, they just come right up. There's nothing to it. And so that's what I want in these boxes. And that area there has not been redone because of the strawberries. I want to dig this out and put all the soft dirt that I got over here in that. I want to just get that whole area, get the strawberries out of there, maybe keep them and put them over here, or I'll put them over here, but I don't know if I'm going to keep them or if I'm going to put this kind over here in place of them, because these only give berries for 1 month, the month of May, and a little bit into June, and then they're done until next year. So they're not really worth messing with, and they're too small. But they're really small because they're too crowded. I didn't thin them out like I should have. Well, that's probably about the size of it. I don't know what else to say. I do have a list of stuff I need to do on the big truck, but it's not here. The job at work has been pretty slow, and I am planning on doing videos on that when I bring the truck home. But I want to get some stuff out of the way. I want to get that axle seal out of the way. This little red pickup sitting here does not belong to me. I'm waiting on some parts to come in for that. Let's see. I think that's about it. I don't know what else to say. Just I appreciate you guys keeping up with me. And this will be a mid-month update video because I didn't do one in the beginning of the month. So if I do a lot of videos on repair work, I'm not going to do an update. But if I don't do any, which I haven't in about a month, that's why I'm doing this one now. All right, thanks for watching.